ourselves. In terms of our Biopacific Ventures progress so far, we are conveniently still a bit early to say. Our oldest investment is currently 2 years and 9 months old, and since the investment timeframes of a venture capitalist are typically 3 to 10 years long, really we haven't yet got a mature crop. We have made those 9 investments in a relatively rapid space of time. The one success that we're most proud of is that we made the investments. A lot of our critics, when we were setting up the fund, said you'll never find what they call deal flow in that space. You'll never find a lot of interesting and lucrative looking investments in that poor relation of a space alongside of drug discovery, the big popular area of venture capital investment. But we've proven that wrong, and we've found them across Australia and New Zealand, and we're very happy with the portfolio, and they're a very interesting and diverse bunch of companies, all in that food, health and wellness space. So that's what venture capital does, and I'll finish now with a couple of comments on careers. Careers are a little bit difficult to talk to in the venture capital community because it's so new, it's so young. In global terms it's only 20 or 25 years old. In New Zealand terms it's only 5 or 7 years old. So there are no established career paths into venture capital. And I'd have to say that both in venture capital and in the companies we invest in, it's not an easy space for new grads to work, not an easy space for young people to work for the following reasons. Our team is a team of greyheads. We are people that have in various ways come into this position from very different backgrounds, but they're all bringing with us experience. My colleagues include a food technologist and an entrepreneur, a couple of guys from the finance investment community. They include a guy from Big Pharma, and they include myself with a crazy background of a veterinary scientist from Australia. So all of those things have led us to the same place, and the one common denominator we have is the love of that space. We really enjoy working in that risky, scary, but exciting space. That brings me to my second and final homily for the night, and that is my advice to you. My advice to you very distinctly is to be guided by what drives you. One of the features of my career, unplanned as you can now see, is that I have followed the things I liked. And sure, no opportunities came along for several years in certain times, but when an opportunity did come along, it was that I liked it and I wanted to do it that made me put my hand up and go for it. And I think that has also obviously been responsible for a large amount of happiness in what I do. I really enjoy the work I've done and I'm still enjoying the work I'm doing. So my advice to you, be guided by what drives you. Brings me to final words completely, and that is that in the venture capital, startup, early stage company space, there are a few features that I think do make it attractive. One, it's a growing space. New Zealand and Australia for that matter are coming along behind the much larger markets in the US and Europe, where venture capital is a large and established industry. Secondly, it's an exciting space, as you can imagine, when you've got a lot of money and judgment, your own judgment on the line about what's happening in a company. It can make for sleepless nights, but it also can make for a sense of fulfillment and a certain sense of excitement. And if it's for you, then all I can really advise you in a career sense is to prepare to meet the opportunity. In other words, to make your own luck. Thank you very much.